going on, Jerome? So mercifully, the 2023 Minnesota Vikings season is over, and injuries, turnovers, everything. Just Vikings ended up 7-10, and beep bop bop boop with all of the regular season done except for one game that doesn't affect the current playoff standings. The Minnesota Vikings will be selecting 11 in the 2024 NFL Draft. That is locked in. Actually, it does affect other picks that don't involve the Vikings, but does not matter. And I understand that the Bears beating the Packers would have improved the Vikings draft slot and as well as knocked the Packers out, but I'm kind of glad the Vikings didn't finish in the bottom of the division. It doesn't matter. But the top 10 ahead of the Vikings will be the crooked Chicago Bears, the first pick from the Carolina Panthers. Great. The Washington Commies will be up there at 2, Patriots at 3, rarefied air, Arizona Cardinals at 4, probably taking Marvin Harrison Jr., probably. The Chargers, the Giants, the Tennessee Titans, the Falcons, the Bears, the Jets, and the Vikings. Oh my. So a couple teams that could and should be in on quarterback. The Bears, maybe they roll fields. Maybe they take their guy. Maybe they try it out. Who knows? Washington, yes, should be in on quarterback. Patriots, yes, should be in on quarterback. Cardinals, who knows? If they're not in, they'll trade Kyler. Chargers are good. Giants should go after a quarterback, but they might be good. Tennessee may want to roll Will Levis for another year. Who knows? Falcons need a quarterback. Bears are up again, and the Jets. I mean, the Jets probably could take a quarterback for the future, but I feel like they want to be all in on Aaron Rodgers and probably take offensive line help there. So, I mean, the Vikings sitting at 11 are actually sitting in a pretty good spot because looking at the board. So this is a mock draft over at Tankathon. Now, before I say, it's a terrible mock draft, it's literally January. We haven't had the Shrine Bowl. We haven't had the Senior Bowl. We haven't had the Combine. We haven't had Pro Days. We haven't had top 30 visits. So just calm down. And it's possible that one of these guys will have a gas mask bong video, but in most of the country, in some states, that draft stock could go up. Who knows, man? But one of these guys may have a murder rap. Who knows? Who knows, man? But actually, I hope not. That'd be sad. Anyways, but right now, their mock draft over that Tankathon is Williams 1 to the Bears. That means they're probably going to trade Justin Fields somewhere else. Drake May to the Commies. R.I.P. Drake May. Also, R.I.P. Caleb Williams, too. Jaden Daniels going to the Patriots. That'd be a lot of fun. And now Belichick's probably going to be gone. Who knows? Harrison Jr. going to the Cardinals. I feel like the Cardinals, as long as they land Harrison Jr., they'd be willing to deal, but who knows what's going to happen. Olufashanu. So I get wanting to build a bully around Herbert, but just taking a really good left tackle and making him play right tackle because they got Rashawn Slater. I don't know. Neighbors going to the Giants. I like it. Second wide receiver off the board. Joe Alt going to the Tennessee Titans, getting Will Levis some blindside protection. Michael Penix Jr. going to the Falcons. That would hurt. So in this specific spot, if we knew that the Falcons were in a quarterback, which they likely are, moving up to 6 or 7, maybe even 5, could make some sense. And with the Vikings being at 11, and also, hey, I was told if the Vikings improve their draft position that they would be able to land a generational talent. So let's see that. Again, general amnesty against the tankers. We're accepting reality as it is right now, and the Vikings are drafting 11. Then Roma Dunze, who kind of made Penix Jr. Or did Penix Jr. make Dunze? Who knows, man? But he goes to the Bears, so they get Williams, Rome, and DJ Moore. That's not bad. It's not bad, man. Brock Bowers to the Jets, where I don't know. Like I feel like tight end is actually not the large problem with the Jets' offensive line is, but whatever. They actually have the Vikings going Latu at UCLA. Now, Latu medical. I mean, Kwesi loves him, the medical guys, and Latu actually retired due to neck injuries. But he's had some phenomenal seasons in Westwood. Westwood up to no good. But in this spot, so 4 quarterbacks off the board. Like, do you trade down? Although Kwesi would get crucified if he traded down, which would be so funny, man. Or do you stick and pick? Do you take Nix? Do you take McCarthy? Because I do think that 6 quarterbacks will go in that first round. But as you see, the Vikings, I mean, they're in range here where if the board breaks right, maybe an edge or two goes in the top 10. But what's really top heavy in this draft is offensive tackle and wide receiver and tight end, and that's three spots where the Vikings are very good to go at, as well as, I mean, quarterback, yes, but I mean, this again is a class that could have 6 quarterbacks in the first round, and just because the Vikings miss out on Williams, May, and Jane Daniels, it is what it is. Penix could easily be within range. Same thing with Bo Nix. Same thing with McCarthy. So, I mean, I think the Vikings are actually in a pretty solid spot given the circumstances. And also, they could have their choice of the cornerbacks. I think Kool-Aid. I think that Wiggins. I think that even Cooper DeJean may sneak into the top 10 adjacent area as well as. So, I feel like it's a good and deep edge rusher class, but there isn't like a tier 1 guy. Like, there isn't a dude that you could say for sure is going to go in the top 10 and certainly not the top 5. But that could help the Vikings because edge could be more of a need than you think, depending on what happens with guys like DJ Wanham as well as especially Daniil Hunter and Marcus Davenport. But also, I think the Vikings go quarterback. Yeah. All right, so they go quarterback in the second round of this one with J.J. McCarthy, which... Bo Nix also sneaks in the first round. Again, I think both these guys could and potentially should sneak into the first round just because of the quarterback tax. But we'll see what happens there. But like I said, it is very early in draft season, and the Vikings they do have that flexibility to stick and pick, or they could certainly trade up from the signs last year and the rumors of the Vikings looking to move up for Richardson, McQuasey, and Kevin O'Connell. Doesn't seem like they'll be scared about going up and getting their guy. So, the season didn't go the way that a lot of Vikings fans wanted it to go, but it is what it is, and maybe the draft pick isn't as high as some fans wanted it to go, but that's fine. Hey, things will work out. You draft where you draft, and you just go from there. Don't worry about things that you can't control. So, there you go. And Kwesi is ready to flex. Okay. So many Vikings fans dislike Kwesi, but they really want him to have a higher draft pick. And 100% he's going to trade down. Just watch. Like, Penix Jr. and Bo Nix will be on the board at 11, and then he'll trade down to 32. And so many tits will be flipped. It'll just be hilarious, man. Anyways, your thoughts are no, get your quarterback in the future. Kidding aside. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.